Well, I have to say it's the last World Cup qualifying international break of the year, but boy did it provide some drama. 15 games, so many big nations getting some shock results, dropping points. There's so much to talk about. Let's start off with the Algeria group, Group G. We needed Guinea to drop points, and boy did they drop points. Botswana 1, Guinea 0. I'm not saying we've already qualified, but let's get the fireworks out, let's get the flares out. No, we're not there yet because there's still 8 games to go. There's still 8 match days to go. Botswana 1, Guinea 0. They started Jurati. They couldn't break down Botswana, and Botswana probably deserve something from this break because they were unlucky against Mozambique. Narrowly lost 3-2 and missed a penalty. They've beaten Guinea. They're a huge favour for us. So Algeria sitting pretty at the top. Somalia 0, Uganda 1 as well. Somalia put Zach Hassan in from #United after his assist coming off the bench in the first game against us, but they went down to 10 men. It's going to be difficult for them as it is, playing in Morocco, but the red card really killed any hope for them. But maybe they'll see 1-0 against Uganda as with 10 men as not the end of the world. So Uganda picking up 3 points as well. So Algeria looking very, very good for qualification in our group indeed. Eswatini 0, Cape Verde 2. That game kicked off really late because of some lightning, some fog. Really bad conditions in that one. Ethiopia 0, Burkina Faso 3. Ouattara from Bournemouth scoring in that one. Bertrand Traore also scoring from Villa. They've got a few players in the Premier League, Burkina Faso. We tend to forget. Good win for them after they dropped points in the first game, drawing 1-1 to Guinea-Bissau. Lesotho 0, Benin 0. Lesotho unbeaten. You know, drawing to Nigeria, drawing to Benin. That's not bad going for them. Malawi 0, Tunisia 1. A very late penalty from Sakni. I've got to say, it's one of the worst penalty decisions you'll ever see. It's a complete ghost penalty. There's no contact. I'm telling you guys now, this Tunisia team is not good at all. They're going to really struggle in the AFCON group, and they're very lucky to have a group with Malawi and Equatorial Guinea as their biggest threats to the World Cup, because any other group, they'd be struggling. They've got a ghost pen when Latif pretty much dived. 1-0 late win, but very unconvincing. Equatorial Guinea will go toe-to-toe with them. They're on 6 points in that group as well. What a bold job from South Africa. How lucky are the Super Eagles of Nigeria, right? South Africa playing Rwanda away, losing 2-0 in that game. Rwanda are now top of the group with South Africa, Nigeria, and Zimbabwe and Benin. Can you believe if it stopped right now, Rwanda would be going to the World Cup? Crazy, right? That's a poor result for South Africa. It's a brilliant result if you're Nigerian. It really puts Nigeria right back in the mix, despite the fact that they didn't win any of their first 2 games. That's a big shock for me. Rwanda, I don't think had scored a home goal in a competitive fixture for over 2 years. They got 2 today. Worst timing for South Africa to concede those 2 goals. Not even the biggest shocker today. Comoros must be Ghana's worst enemy. The pitch was horrendous. Another goal from our leader, who switched to Comoros. Comoros 1, Ghana 0. Comoros with 6 points out of 6, more than Mali, more than Ghana. Could you imagine if Comoros went to a World Cup? It's going to be sad, man, not see them at the AFCON, sorry, Comoros. Ghana must hate them. They beat them at the AFCON. They've lost to Comoros again. Chris Hughton must be under all sorts of pressure. How on earth, with Inaki, Kudus from West Ham, the Ayew brothers. The Ayew brothers are finished. They shouldn't be there. Build a team around Inaki. Build a team around Kudus. Kudus is so good. Yes, Thomas Partey was out. You should still be beating Comoros, for God's sake. 6 points out of 6 for Comoros. Surely they couldn't do it, could they? But Ghana have got to make some changes ahead of the AFCON. Libya drew to Cameroon 1-1. That's a really open group, isn't it? Because you've got Cape Verde, Libya and Cameroon all on 4 points. Angola, who Algeria will play in the opening AFCON game, drew 0-0 to Mauritius. That's 2 0-0 draws for Angola. They couldn't score against Cape Verde. They couldn't score against Mauritius, but I must add they were missing a few key players. What a point for Mauritius in a World Cup qualifier, eh? Easy win for Namibia, away to Sao Tome and Principe. Well, I say away to Sao Tome, it was in Agadir. South Sudan 0, Mauritania 0. Again, a good World Cup point for South Sudan. Mauritania really limiting their chances of a World Cup with a result like that. Togo 0, Senegal 0. Tell you what, when expecting Senegal to drop points, Togo with 2 draws out of 2. DR Congo and Sudan would be very happy to see Senegal drop points and give them confidence going into those games. Morocco winning 2-0 against Tanzania. Light work for them against 10 men Tanzania. Of course, will be at AFCON. They'll play each other again at AFCON. By the way, if you haven't seen the first goal from Ziyech after Hakimi missed the penalty, from like 40 yards out, he's banged it. I don't know what the keeper's doing. He probably wasn't expecting it. There was a hint of offside with the guy standing blocking his view, but it was very tight. But they shouldn't be letting that in from 40 yards. But Morocco finally get to play a game and looking good because Zambia lost. So that's a big result for Morocco. That's Tanzania obviously losing to Morocco. Zambia lost 2-1 to Niger. So really good result for Morocco there. How Zambia have lost to Niger in Marrakesh, I don't know. That's going to be a real stinky result. Again, Morocco will face Zambia at the AFCON in January. But we've seen that particularly when Algeria played Niger twice a few months ago, a win for Niger was coming. And they've got it today. That's a fantastic win for them in a World Cup qualification game. Wow. My overall thoughts are African football is getting stronger. The gap between the big teams and the smaller teams is shrinking. It's not like it used to be before. But there we have it. That's match day 1 and 2 of the World Cup qualifiers done. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Before we go, let's have a look at the tables. You can see the likes of Algeria, Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Ivory Coast, all on 6 points. Not as many teams on 6 points as we would have thought. You know, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, all not on maximum points. Egypt, of course, with 2 wins out of 2 as well. But that Nigeria 2 points looks really, really shocking. And the Comoros group as well is wide, wide open. But this point onwards, we're looking forward to the Africa Cup of Nations. So drop a like if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.